Someone ever went through this table?
No.
God, it's like just begging to be broken.
Is that how you look at tables?
If I'm just looking at it, it looks like a little playhouse or something.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't
What
think
I'm trying to ask is, can we break the table?
if you wanted to break the table, we could break the table, yeah.
Cool, we're breaking the table.
It's breakable. All right, welcome back to My Mom's Basement, ladies and gentlemen. It is Robbie Fox and Darby Allin. First time ever in person. I said right before we started recording, we did an interview via phone call like 4 years ago this week or this month, and I animated your side. So it's good to have you in non-cartoon form this time.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
In town just for Comic-Con?
Yeah, well, no, I had an art show.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I had an art show at 52 Walker.
How'd that go?
It was great. Whenever you get to incorporate art and music, we had some live punk bands playing.
Hell yeah.
Before we had wrestling. Got a little rowdy. People try to break in with fireworks and blow the place up, but
Wait, what?
yeah, it was cool. But
People
yeah.
tried to break into your art show with fireworks?
Yep.
What kind of like one battle after another shit is that? That's crazy.
It was sick though, but I embraced the chaos.
Okay, of course. Yeah.
It was no, I've been here all weekend just getting myself in all shenanigans. We went to this concert on the bridge. Haywire was playing. It's this punk band. They set up on the Brooklyn Bridge with some what's it called again? When you what's that called when you plug shit in? Generator, yeah. They set up some generator on top of the bridge and blowing shit up, and it was fun until literally this dude got jumped and his face got stomped in by a bunch of people, and there's like blood everywhere, and I was like, this is gnarly. But
You saw this happen on this weekend?
Friday night.
You've had a hell of a week, huh?
Yeah, I'm still waking up.
You're soaking up New York for sure.
Yeah,
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
getting the most of it.
That's insane. I thought you were talking about there's a concert venue now under a bridge in
No,
Brooklyn. Have
no,
you seen
they
those
just
videos?
set up
Because those are crazy
They just set
too.
up a generator, Haywire, in a dead city, and they just.
How many
started
people
playing.
showed up?
It was pretty packed. I'd say like about 350.
Holy shit!
On the
Wow,
side
yeah.
of this bridge, like it's insane.
Cars driving by like right there.
Yeah, it was crazy. And just they were blowing up fireworks, and then they had like, flamethrowers and shit.
And this is unrelated to the fireworks from your art show?
I think it's the people that tried to break into the art show.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
It's like a Batman villain with the
it
firework
was
bandit.
cool. Yeah, it was pretty shenanigans. We were at an all-time high that night, and that was the same day I attacked Moxley at the Comic-Con. So it was just a long day.
Well, I was gonna say that's like the most cool punk rock thing I could imagine. And then you also did Comic-Con, which is a little bit different than the punk rock vibes. But you brought some punk rock vibes.
Yeah.
Got into a fight at Comic-Con.
Yeah, it was awesome.
How was Was that your first time doing New York Comic-Con or no?
It was.
Yeah.
It was my first time. Yeah, it was a good time.
You walked the floor at all?
Yeah, Bam was signing, and I wanted to go say what's up to him.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, because right before I hung out with him when I got back from Everest, but he stayed at my house for like a week or so before I left for Everest.
Bam Margera did?
Yeah, and we just skated every day, and it was fun. So it's always good to say what's up to him.
That's sick. Yeah. Are you into like comic book culture, like nerd stuff, like
I
superheroes?
actually don't know anything about nothing.
You
like
don't?
that world.
So like appearing in a DC comic, like is that like, oh my god, this is crazy, or is it just like that's cool?
I'm really grateful for it, but unfortunately I don't know much.
Wow, interesting. Because like when I saw
and
that,
I'm not gonna lie and say I know a lot because I don't.
Yeah.
So, but it's whenever you get to be a part of something that big.
Oh yeah.
Like,
dude, you're like appearing like alongside Batman.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty gnarly. Like that's all. When I saw it as an AEW fan and as a huge comic book fan, I thought that was like the coolest crossover. The artwork is so sick. The image of all you guys jumping out, you've got the flamethrower.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, I don't got no superpowers. I'm just gonna burn a motherfucker.
Do you have? Would you say you have like? If I asked for your favorite comic book movie, does one come to mind?
Favorite comic book movie? I know it sounds cliche, but I'd probably say The Dark Knight.
Yeah, it's my favorite movie.
It's just like, I don't know. I just really liked the story.
Yeah.
And it was just really good. And I don't know if you'd even would you consider Joker, the Todd Phillips one, a comic book movie? Yeah, that was really good too. The first one was really good.
Yeah, the second one. Yeah. Oof, rough.
Yeah,
Did you see that one?
I was sad.
Yeah, that was really tough. It was a tough watch.
I was really sad. I was like, man, that was to me, it's like, okay, that is when someone just gives up and they do something for a paycheck.
Well, there was rumors that it was like a coordinated attack on the fans. That he was like, "I'm gonna show you, fuck you if you like the last movie." I don't know if that's true, but
well, I could see it. Todd Phillips, he's one of my favorite directors ever, and
yeah, Hangover.
Well, even before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just, I don't know. Did you even know his first film?
What is it? I've definitely heard it before because when Joker came out, I did like a little dive into him.
G.G. Allin documentary. He made it in NYU when he went to film school.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. He dropped out of film school to finish it because the film school wouldn't want him to make it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so. It's pretty. Yeah, he goes back. Yeah, he's a madman.
In our last interview 4 years ago, you were telling me about this documentary that you had an idea for about fetishes on Craigslist. You found someone that wanted to put your buddy in an oven and stuff. Have we made any progress on that documentary getting made?
No, I wanted to make that in film school, and then I dropped out of film
I know that
school.
was your dream.
Yeah. Well,
but now it's like you're Darby Allin, you're climbing mountains. There's nothing you can't do. Or are you going back to the well being like, let's finish that doc?
No, I actually want to make a full-length film, like an acting film.
Okay.
Yeah, because I did this whole, I screen wrote this whole thing, and I that's like my next mountain.
Your next endeavor.
Yeah.
What's the vibe of it? Can you say? Are you willing to say?
It's a dark comedy.
Oh, a dark comedy.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that.
Okay, interesting. I was thinking recently about biopics because The Rock's got the Smashing Machine out now about Mark Kerr. Really good movie. If there were to be a budget unlimited to you, who would you make a biopic about in wrestling?
Oh, in wrestling?
Yeah, who do you think would make for a really interesting movie?
Probably Jake the Snake.
Oh, that'd be a great one.
Yeah, I think, the whole thing is like really fascinating.
Yeah. Would you focus on a specific time in his career, or would you make it spanning the entire?
I would do the whole career.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't want to just glorify the bad parts. You got to also do the good parts.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody likes to glorify like the worst.
I feel like the wrestler
VH1
took a lot from his life, right? Yeah.
VH1 behind the music when it's like, then everything went to hell.
Yeah.
It's like, I was like, no. I just want to be like, yo, like let's talk about the good stuff.
Yeah. That's why when we started our like fake band I was telling you about at Barstool, the idea was make one music video and then do a VH1 behind the music about our like nasty breakup. But people were like, oh, it's kind of funny. So we were like, oh, let's just become a cover band instead. But we'll get there one day. We'll talk about that nasty, guitar player was doing heroin, someone got murdered, nasty breakup. Recently you did this awesome 15-foot coffin drop onto Moxley from the crowd. And I saw this angle of it where someone put it up, I think it was maybe a month ago, someone put up the crowd angle right where you jumped, and it looked like a nasty fall. What was the worst coffin drop you ever took?
Question, was that the one in Scotland?
I think it was.
Is that when I did it to a group of people?
No, just Mox.
Oh.
So it wasn't.
No,
it was just Mox, and you hit him and went straight to the side and hit the floor, and it looked just like, oh.
The worst coffin drop?
Yeah, what was the worst?
Oh, my God. I don't even know. I think it... Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I was filming at my house one time. I climbed a ladder and I set myself on fire and tried to coffin drop off the ladder, but the ladder shook, and then I'd say that probably was pretty bad. So it was outside of wrestling.
That's insane.
But yeah, no.
Why are you hitting coffin drops like that outside of wrestling? Was it even on camera?
No, unfortunately not. I was just messing around in my backyard that day.
That's tough. You still have the ring in your basement?
It's in my garage right now.
Okay.
Yeah. I had to make the basement physical recovery laboratory.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was that's where I do all I got the ice baths, the saunas, the breathing machines. I got everything down there.
Because you're now into the Wim Hof stuff. Mm-hmm. I heard you talk about that on Talk Is Jericho.
Yeah.
And you took your dad with you to do the Wim Hof stuff? You were hiking in your underwear?
Mm-hmm. We went to Poland and did all the crazy, met up with Wim and did all the crazy challenges and stuff, and it was really really grateful for that experience. It was amazing.
How do you get in touch with him?
He's got those retreats, and it was his last one in Poland, and then I just went down there, and drug my dad along, and my dad's like, "What are we doing?"
For a second, I was like, "You drugged your dad before this?"
Yeah, I drugged him and put him on the plane. He woke up and he was in his underwear, and we're climbing a mountain. No, but no, I just dragged him down there, and he's like, "What are we getting ourselves into?" But that whole process was so magic. It's the only time I've ever seen my dad cry. Yeah. And it wasn't because he was in pain. It was because when you do the breathing, it's such a release of emotions, and it's so like magical. I can't even describe what it does. And so I'm really grateful for that experience, because that's what when I went there, like right before I left for Everest, I met up with Tony Khan, and I say, "Hey, just so you know, you don't owe me anything. Like, I'm already winning in life. I get to bring my dad to these amazing adventures. I'm gonna climb Mt Everest. Like, you don't owe, I'm already winning in life, so like you don't owe me anything." Like, so it was just a great experience, and that's the biggest thing that I take away from this whole last year with all the crazy journeys and challenges, was just to be present and just be so grateful for the moment and everything that I have, because I feel like a lot of people, they're just on to the next thing right away, and I really just want to stop and smell the roses and just realize what a life it is we're living here.
Yeah, that, you know what's so funny is that's such a flip from kind of the stuff you were talking about in our last interview, where I was asking you about teaming with Sting and working with him and kind of bringing him back in the way. And you told me, I can't stop and smell the roses. I wish I could. Yeah. And it's nice to see that you've gotten there, maybe through that you had to climb the biggest mountain in the world.
Yeah, I was just pulling something out of myself climbing that mountain. That's like the funnest thing about doing things like that. Yeah. Where you're literally risking your life, is who are you going to become on the other side, and that's like the funnest thing. And I'm, like I said, I'm grateful because I'm essentially in the prime of my career, and the fact that I was able to do that, and get off this hamster wheel for 6 months and actually do that, I can't even.
Did you feel like you were burnt out when you say like hamster wheel? Like, are you describing like burnout or no?
Because you live your life for other people. Yeah. Because there's no off season. Yeah. It's all year round for whoever knows
forever. Yeah.
And then it's just like, by the time you get out of the hamster wheel, you realize, oh, there's so much I wanted to do with my life that I couldn't do. Yeah. Because you're trying to make the fans happy, the TV happy, all this stuff happy, but at the end of the day, you're not really making yourself happy. So that's like the fact that it's like Tony and AEW, like, no, do what you want to do, fulfill what's in your heart. That's like the greatest thing.
It's unreal, yeah.
It's fucking insane if you really think about it.
The freedom, yeah.
It's insane.
And I know you wanted this to be Mt Everest, the journey, to be like a spiritual journey, like find yourself and really like hone in on that. At what point in the journey did you feel that was fulfilled? Was it when you got to the summit? Was it the journey itself? You were like, I feel what I'm here for?
It's when I got to the summit, because when I was climbing day of Camp 4 to the summit, day of the actual summit, there all of a sudden was this gnarly line that we didn't move for an hour, like a little bit of a traffic jam. We didn't move for an hour, and I see people running out of oxygen. I see them, like, their adrenaline stops and they start to freeze, and like, screw this, like I'm not gonna die on this mountain. Yeah. Because you start to see people like start convulsing up there, and I was like, how am I going? I was like, I have to make it to the summit, because I gave everybody my word that I was going to summit Mount Everest, and I put so much into this that there is that thing called summit fever, where you literally are so fixated on making it to the summit that you will die trying. And I fully had that. Like, really? There was nothing, nobody could tell me to turn around at that point. But I stuck with it, and then made it to the summit, and I started crying, and I was like, man, like, I did it. Like, that's when it really hit me that, I know getting down is considered the hardest part because you expend so much energy getting up. Yeah. But I was like, at that rate, I was like, man.
You have like an adrenaline dump up there as well, almost? Or like before you go down, is that part of what makes it so hard?
No, it's just because you're so fixated on making it to the summit that you expend all your energy, and people don't have enough to get back down. So then that's when they kind of take a break and they sit off to the side, and then their body really starts giving out. Because you got to keep moving. That's the thing, is you can't really stop up there for too long because you're on that oxygen.
Yeah.
And, also the weather and stuff like that. It's so unpredictable.
How long does it take to get from the summit back down to base camp? I know the whole journey is like over a month to get up.
So I rushed it because I was like feeling good, and I did it in a day and a half.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but normally it's a lot longer than that.
And then once you get to base camp, is the journey over, or you're still going down a considerable amount, like hiking?
Yeah, after you reach the summit, come down to base camp. Yeah, we hiked through some villages, and then I jumped in a helicopter and took off.
Unreal.
But it was I didn't know how I was gonna feel, because that's the thing is like how I keep thinking like, how am I gonna feel when I get to the summit? It's like I don't know what to expect, and I like that because I don't want to go in there with some perceived notion like this is what I'm gonna feel, and all I could do is cry. Like, this is incredible.
Did it put like a mountain climber bug in you where you're like, what's the next summit I'm gonna hit?
No, not really, but I love climbing mountains because it's literally just you and your thoughts on that mountain.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a lot of distractions, because on a day-to-day basis, if you get distracted, you can run away from your problems so quick, whether it's like looking at your phone or whatever it is that you do to distract yourself from what's going on in your head. But when you're sitting on that mountain for days on end, staring at the wall, and you have to think about everything. Climbing that mountain, I thought about like middle school, high school, being homeless in the car, all this. Like I just thought of like the whole journey
think of like
life.
Good responses to arguments that you should have said.
Yeah, but it's just but then you start to think about all your former like friends and everything. You're like, how's everybody doing? And it's gnarly because like I thought about this one friend I didn't know for years. I was just like, whatever happened to this guy, from high school? And then I climbed the mountain. I came down, and he doesn't have any social media, so I didn't know how to get in touch with him. And I finally got in touch with him, and I was like, dude, I've been trying to I was thinking about you on that mountain. Like, what have you been up to? And he's like, well, I just got released from prison. And I was like, what happened? He's like, I stabbed my mom and a few other people.
No.
And
he
I was
told
like,
you that?
I was like, what do you mean you stabbed your mom and a few other people? Like, what's that even mean? And I was like, that's when I thought, some things are better in the past.
Yeah, you weren't like, let's grab a coffee, dude.
No.
I miss you.
I was like, no. But that's the thing is, like, you just start to think about things up there, and you just really, like I said, it forces you to stop and smell the roses.
Yeah. Did you, like, almost in a meditation type way, did you feel like being alone with your thoughts like that?
Absolutely. Because I meditate all the time.
Yeah, I heard you talk about that as well.
Yeah,
with
I do.
Jericho.
Yeah, TM meditation and, the breathing and just putting yourself like in environments where it's like so out of your comfort zone, because that's the thing is like I feel like the more you can break down the mental barriers in your mind, the more it's just stronger you get as a human being, and the less crap you want to put up with people.
Yeah,
because like your worth, and like what it is that you're looking for in life.
And you said you talked to Rick Rubin about that?
Yeah, because like I went down to his place in Malibu, and I was like, what's the one thing that keeps you grounded as much as possible? Because, he's done so much in his life that I'm like, so a lot of people that has that kind of, that he's done so much would have such an ego and such a big head. But he's so grounded. And I was like, what's the one thing that you contribute to that? And he's like, TM meditation. And then I asked him, and he set me up with a school. And, the David Lynch Foundation, they had a program where there's schools all over the country, but I went to one in Atlanta, and it was incredible. So I do that. I do it like twice a day, and I do my breathing stuff. So yeah, it's just staying as grounded and level-headed.
Yeah,
it's fun.
And is that also like when you're on Everest? Is there a factor of like I got to keep my adrenaline down as much as possible, and you have to make sure?
That's the thing is everybody assumes I'm just an adrenaline junkie, but that's so not the case, because that is the most slow, tedious thing is climbing Mount Everest.
Yeah.
It's like baby steps.
Were there moments on it though where your heart's pounding, like I might die in a second?
When you start to see dead bodies, yeah.
Oof.
Because you realize like, oh, what happened here? Like, did they just like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, what happened? Like, did they just like? Because when I was coming down from the summit, I've pushed my body through a lot, but when I was coming down, and I'm like rushing that, like I said, I got down in a day and a half.
Yeah.
When I was like going down, I literally was like, oh my God, I'm about to black out here. And I was like, am I blacking out like because I'm fatigued, or am I actually dying? Like, you can't tell at that rate because your mind's in such a fog.
And your heart starts pounding then, right?
Yeah,
like,
so I literally just, like, take my down suit off, and I put my face and hands in the snow just to cool down. Because at that rate, the sun's beating down at you, and you're wearing this down suit, which is extremely hot.
Yeah.
And you're just like, man.
It's like oxygen tanks and stuff like that
well,
at that
you
point,
have
or
this,
no?
Yeah, you have the oxygen tank going down. You have the oxygen tank essentially from Camp 3 up.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, no, I was just like, man, I'm cooking in this thing. Am I tired or am I dying? You can't tell, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd say my heart was pounding at that rate.
Yeah. What's the most you've had your heart pounding in a wrestling setting? Like before you're about to do a crazy spot?
I would say just in general Sting's last match, just that whole day.
Yeah.
Sting, because I'm always like, Sting's like, I'm like really calm throughout the day. Sting's like, what's wrong? You seem on edge today. And I was like, dude, you don't understand. Like, we only get one shot at this. You are not the guy who's going to come out of retirement. Like, you're literally, when you say you're done, you're done. And if we go out there and crap the bed, like, literally, it's just, you're going to have to live with that. So I feel like it's my duty to, like, make sure that this goes off, you know, to the best of his ability, you know. So I was pretty on edge that day.
Yeah, you had to be happy with the result, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was awesome.
As much as, like, I was like, I'm not doing a whole lot except laying in this glass.
Yeah. I mean,
it's funny
that was also insane.
As soon as I went through the glass, the ref ran up to me. He's like, Darby, how are you feeling? I'm like, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good, actually. And he looks down. He's like, dude, your insides are hanging out. And then they're like, we got to go to the back. I was like, there's no way I'm going to the back. I was like, I literally got one more spot. Tape me up. So if you look at when I pop back up and I push one of the young bucks off the top rope through the table at the very end, I'm duct taped up. And it's like, wait, where'd you get duct taped? And it's like, just the doctors. So, but everything was like great. Like, it worked out. And yeah, so I have no complaints on that end.
Back when I interviewed you, I asked what your favorite match in AEW was, and you had just wrestled MJF and said that was your favorite at the time. You were like, I think just we proved, like, the Pillars stole the show that night. Has that changed in the last 4 years? Do you have a new favorite match?
I'd say Sting's last match. I know it sounds generic.
I was thinking that when you were talking about it. Like,
I think just because the emotions were so high, and it was just, it was magical that night. It was fun.
And I saw you just wrestled against Sting's son in his debut in a tag match.
Yeah, that was at my art show last week.
Oh, that was at the art show. Wow, how did that go?
It was great.
Did you feel like pressure in the fact that, like, I owe it to Sting to make sure this goes well?
Well, no, because I just owe it to myself at that rate, because I was training his son for the last year.
Yeah.
So I just felt like, all right, let's, like, I don't know. And,
is that like extra pressure? You feel like a coach as well?
Yeah. And I have, pretty high standards to, like, what we do, you know, and I'm just like, but that art show, the thing cool about that, I was explaining to Steven, I was like, a lot of people aren't even going to see your first match because it's, like, kind of this underground thing and there's no video of it, There's clips.
It goes online,
there's
away.
There's clips of the match, but there's not the full match.
Yeah.
So, I was like, hey, man, just, like, try to get out there and, like, feel it, as much as possible. Like, nobody's really going to see this, which that's the good part,
Yeah.
So, because, sometimes you see these people make their debut on live TV, their first ever match, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, my God. Like,
there's a reason why people train and, grind the indies. And
yeah. It's like you have to, when someone tries to take a shortcut in the world of pro wrestling, it shows.
You could tell.
It shows.
You could tell very quickly, do you see yourself after your career's over going into training and coaching? Do you enjoy it?
No, I do, but I don't. I honestly just want to disappear from the world of wrestling.
Really?
Yeah. It's not like I don't want a whole lot to do with it when I'm, like, retired from the in-ring.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's fun to see people, like, coach people, but I couldn't. I don't think I'd have the patience for it with the egos and stuff.
Interesting. Is that like a decision you made, like, recently?
In terms 5 seconds ago. 5 seconds ago. Yeah. No, it's just, I don't know. I kind of want to just disappear from everything. Yeah, like, I just want to, just live a personal, like, private life.
Make movies?
Yeah, make movies and just disappear. I don't know. It just sounds fun. I don't want to be one of these guys who's clinging for the spotlight.
Yeah.
You know, like, pay attention to me. It's like, dude, I'm at peace with whatever happens.
Fair enough.
So, yeah.
I do a rapid fire segment with all of my guests.
Is this the finale right here?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. The strongest wrestler you've ever been in the ring with?
Claudio.
Oh, Claudio, really?
Yeah.
Funniest wrestler you've ever met?
Funniest?
Yeah.
God, I would say Sting, actually.
Really?
Yeah. The stuff he says is so random.
You know, I wish, now seeing photos of him at Comic-Cons and stuff, I wish he rocked that beard in his last match. That beard is awesome. The white hair Sting, it's like the White Walker Sting.
Yeah.
So badass.
Yeah, just embrace it.
The stiffest wrestler you've ever been in the ring with?
Brody King.
Oh, shout out Brody King.
Yeah.
You know, I did this segment with him pretty recently, and I think he said himself.
Yeah.
The best technical wrestler you've ever been in the ring with?
Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good answer. And finally, the most painful finisher you've ever taken in the ring?
Painful finisher. Oh my God. I don't even know.
There's got to be something. You've taken a lot.
Probably when I got dropped on my head from Moxley or something. Like, I'd probably say that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I remember I was at an Evolve show years ago. It was Cody, his debut Evolve show, actually.
Joplin, Maryland?
No, it was in Queens.
That wasn't his debut then.
No, it wasn't his debut. No, you're
Yeah,
right.
He wrestled Chris Hero in Queens.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the Chris Hero. Gargano was in that match, and you were on that card, I think, against Brian Cage, and he threw you into the barricade that night so hard I couldn't believe it. Those spots, like, did you have a worse thrown out of the ring spot?
It was at Evolve when I got dropped over the top rope. I got backdropped, and then my back of my knees caught the guardrail.
Again, the barricade.
And then I flew on the top of my head. You know, the reason I would always do that stuff is because when I was growing, like, training and wrestling, I really didn't. The style of training was like all like the basics just done right, but I didn't know the independent style, like that like, you know, with fall season stuff. So I was like, man, I don't know how to wrestle against these guys. It's really intimidating. So I just had to rely on getting murdered. but then that ended up being the biggest blessing because no one sold. No one was selling on the independents. So, like, the fact that, like, I was like, oh, here's the guy who sells the whole time. That's what I feel like really, because if I was just the 100th guy to do a Canadian Destroyer, I would just blend in with everything.
Yeah,
but
that's
the fact
a good
that
point.
I was like, I'm just selling, it really made me stand off.
Do you think that is like what made you stand out?
Absolutely, and that's why I translate. I feel like so good on live TV is because I like to sell, and you know, it's
Does it annoy you when people will throw the criticism at this generation of wrestlers that they don't sell, considering how much you focus on something like that?
I don't know. Honestly, the less people I sell, the better for me.
True.
So I don't.
More for you,
I don't care what anybody does. I'll just do what I do. So.
The spot recently with the Molotov cocktail, the taser, the pepper spray. I saw people tweeting it was like you hit the unlimited weapons cheat code in GTA. Was that all your idea?
Yeah, I know. It's like I wanted just a little bag of like crazy stuff in it, and just because you think about it, I'm constantly outnumbered, so I'm trying to think like what can you do to even the odds, and that's like, all right, pepper spray. I've been pepper sprayed a couple times in my life, and that is no joke. And then the
Why have you been pepper sprayed a couple times?
I lost some challenges.
Challenges?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Oh, we have all these like challenges where if you lose, you gotta get pepper sprayed.
Jackass?
No, just like we'd play trivia and then the loser we had to lose against pepper spray. But so like we did that, and the taser's no joke. So I'm just thinking like, but I've never gotten a Molotov cocktail thrown at me yet. So
let's hope not yet. Yeah, let's hope that's not the next art show.
Yeah.
Someone shows up with a Molotov cocktail or side of the road concert. Yeah.
No, it's just I'm thinking of that stuff is no joke.
Yeah.
So it's just even the odds.
Yeah, no, I loved it. I thought that was friggin' great. What have you been listening to recently, music-wise?
Oh, man, all types of stuff. Literally all types of stuff. Because it's funny, I'll listen to, like, some obscure punk rock, and then I'll listen to, like, Cat Stevens.
Really?
Yeah, I was supposed to see Cat Stevens last week in Philly, but he couldn't make it. He couldn't come. And I was so sad because he's been, like, was like, man, I gotta see Cat Stevens live.
I wouldn't expect that. I think stereotypically people would just expect punk, hardcore, rock and roll.
Just I love all types of music. Honestly.
You fuck with like Norah Jones sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like
I think that'll shock people.
No, I don't know. I like I said, like the biggest though bands that I'm always like a massive fan of is like these old anarcho bands like Crass and like the Mob and everything like that. These old like just early 80s, late 70s punk bands, like they're the ones that kind of like speak to me as a human. But then I also love Tom Petty and Cat Stevens. Like I don't know, I love all types of music.
Have you been going to concerts lately?
Well, yeah, I went to that one on the bridge.
Well, yeah, and other than that, yeah.
Yeah, I go to a lot of concerts, actually.
Cool.
Yeah, a lot of concerts, but I love going to country concerts.
Really?
Like Kenny Chesney and stuff. It's
Get
fun.
out of here.
It's fun.
Wow, I'm learning a lot of new stuff about you today.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a good time.
What about movie or TV-wise? Anything you've been watching lately that
I don't have a TV at my house. So like I honestly don't even have any streaming services. I just watch music videos and skate videos.
But you're such a movie guy. You want to make a movie so bad.
Yeah.
You don't watch movies?
I do, but I don't at my house really.
You go to the movies?
Yeah, sometimes.
Gotcha.
Sometimes. It
sounds like you don't go to the movies very often.
Sometimes.
So you haven't seen anything lately?
No. No, I haven't. Nothing lately that's like new that's came out. No.
All right, fair enough. You should see a couple movies this year. Weapons, Sinners, One Battle After Another. There's been some good shit.
I have no idea what you just
You
said.
haven't even heard of those movies?
Sinners?
Sinners, yeah.
No, I don't know.
It's like one of the biggest movies of the year. Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler made it. He made the Creed movies, Black Panther. It's sick. Vampire movie.
Cool.
You would probably dig it. Weapons is another fucked up horror movie that I feel like would be right up your alley.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just so out of the loop. But I think to me, like, ignorance is bliss. I kind of like I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Do you have a timetable for when you want to make your movie?
Honestly,
is it like you got to wait to ask for some more time off?
No, I wouldn't ask for time off. I would just do it on my own.
Okay.
Yeah. Timetable wise, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. I would love to do it in the next year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you act in it as well?
I don't know. Maybe if it came to that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I kind of just want to get all my crazy friends that aren't actors to be in it.
Yeah. Because
I always like that. I like that energy. I'm like, just be you, and I'll make the parts that best feel for them. Yeah.
I like that too. I feel like if you got an unlimited budget, a biopic about your life and wrestling career would be pretty interesting. Maybe end with a big summit scene. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I think it'd be sick. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to the DC AEW comics. I'll update you on the lore if you need any history, backstory. Keep about you and Green Arrow, you and Batman, something like that. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Can I go through the table now? Do you really want to go through the table? It's at 10 a.m. Oh my God. Well, there we go. What an ending to the interview. Darby Allin through the table. You good? He's good.